guys, so I am back, and today we're going to take a look at the Power of the Primes Hun-Gurrr figure. Hun-Gurrr, whatever, however you want to call it. Now, before we get into this, I just want to point out one quick thing. My dog is in the background eating a bone. So if you can't handle the sound of a dog eating a bone in the background of a video, go somewhere else. I've had too many people complain about the videos because of stuff like that. And honestly, I just don't give a shit. So anyway, so here we are. This is the Hun-Gurrr figure in its two-headed dragon mode. Of course, as always with my combiner reviews, I will look at the bot mode, and then we'll look at the we'll look at beast mode, and then we'll look at bot mode. We will not be looking at combined mode until the set is complete, just so that one, I can get that feel of the set right when it happens, but also I'm a firm believer in this figure needs to be a good standalone figure. Otherwise it's a fail. Yeah, it shouldn't be like, well, it's a fail here and here, but it's good with this. It needs to be a good standalone figure, not rely completely on combined mode. So anyway, here he is in his two-headed dragon mode, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it looks pretty good. You got, of course, you know, the Hasbro hollow bits there. You got some hollow bits there, but that's for combined mode actually. And no hollow bits really on the arms, except for these couple little ones right there and there. So actually, it's a pretty good figure when it comes to stuff like that. He does come with the feet bits, as you see here, and this one comes with the little Power of the Primes. I don't know if I want to even call this a gimmick. It's just kind of a block. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's not for me. So, part of me does appreciate the fact that they're doing the feet with the torso bot and then the hands with the individual limb bots. Kind of wish two of the limbs would come with hands and this guy would come with weapons. You know, there's a novelty idea. Because these are not weapons. And that's it. He does not come with any rifles or anything like that, which is unfortunate. You can plug these in here like that, or like this if you want to. Let's see here. Is there any ports? None that I'm really seeing. So no real ports going on. So yeah. Posability wise, the neck is on ratchet here. And ratchet in and out. It's more like the indent ratchets either way, but you know, it does its job. Swivel here. It's got a double bend on the neck or knee, if you will. Once we get to robot mode, it's just the legs there. The head hinges left and right. Goes up and down. Mouth does open and close. Only thing I really wish it had was a swivel, because when you're kind of like making the neck kind of go out, the heads can't swivel. I'd say that's the only thing that's really lacking here. Front legs have this hinge in and out, swivel up and down. Back legs, now mine is faulty. This one, you can hear it's got a nice ratchet here and a ratchet in and out. This one, the pin wasn't tight enough on the ratchet, so it doesn't ratchet here. It does ratchet in and out. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee, nothing really at the feet, and the tail could kind of go up and down. That's really all there is to him. All in all, I think he looks great. I do. We'll get into more stuff on that when he's in bot mode and we're doing final thoughts and such. But let's get him transformed. So first thing you want to do is flip these panels here up. Just like that. Straighten out the legs. We want to open up the mouths, so you have feet, just like that. These legs you'll fold back, and then they rotate up, and they just kind of go into this groove section here on the backpack, just like that. Just like that. Works pretty well, I think. Pull the arms down, Then you want to take these feet panels here, and they flip back like this, like this. Take the tail here, take this section here, and you push this in like that. And it can rotate down. Pull this whole assembly out, and then flip up the head. It is a tight fit in there, so you might want to get something to get in there. Just like that. And then there's a tab here that'll plug into this back section of the tail here. So once everything's lined up properly, it will fully lock into place, and like the tail won't move. You know, unless you really force it, the head doesn't move. Everything's nice and locked into place. And there you go. There's Hun-Gurrr in his bot mode. It's a little bit of a different stylization than the G1, because usually the tail would flip to the back. Outside of that, pretty spot on. Posability, head is on a ball joint, so you get to left and right. A little bit of a wiggle, not much. A little up, a little down. Ratchet shoulders, we went through this posability already, but ratcheted shoulders, this one's not. Ratchet in and out, thigh swivel, bends at the elbow, nothing at the waist. Hips up and down, in and out, thigh swivel, double bend knees, feet. Got the rocker, or the tilt, and the rocker. So my you know, outside of my flaw in the figure, which that's definitely going to be an individual, you know, I keep like quoting Skullface, but individual results may vary. Plain and simple. Now he does have the stickers. He does. There's some here, tiny ones here and here. Barely see those. And then he's got one here and one here. And what's kind of interesting is, like, you got the regular Decepticon logo here, but you got this one that's almost like the Reb symbol, like if you rubbed it. And then he's got Decepticon logos there and there. Everything else is painted detail, like this yellow paint here, silver, red, white. I think, yeah, this is paint here. This nice gray paint in there, pink. You know, the head sculpt is great with some great paint work in there. These are all painted. Eyes on the dragon's painted. I mean, he's got a lot of paint detail to him. So while he does have the stupid stickers, they're not nearly as bad as like the Starscream. Of course, you can take these things and plug them to his hands if you want. Don't know you want to. If you feel the need to have these incorporated, plugging them into the forearms to kind of form like a sort of shield blaster type deal, I would say that's acceptable. I would. Not my personal favorite way to do that. I've got a pile of extra 5mm weapons, so you know, there you go. He's got a rifle. Problem solved. Size comparison wise, here he is with a Seeker, the Chug Prime, and a Legend. So I think he fits into a modern Chug collection just perfectly. You know, unlike the Dinobots, where, you know, the Grimlock being so much bigger than the other Dinobots, it's glaring. This is the old school type combiner setup, where the Corebot is supposed to be bigger than the Limbot. So this is going to be, it's going to be good. I think, honestly, this is going to be a good scale. I do. I'm liking it. I do have Ripper Snapper. We'll look at him next, and then we'll put him with Ripper Snapper. My issues with this figure, I mean, the stickers are still bad. They're always going to be bad. They're never going to be great. But at the same time, they're not as bad as some of the other stickers we've seen. They're applied better for the most part. But there's not as many of them, and he's got more paint detail, so it's not relying solely on stickers for this. Everything about the figure looks great. I wish there was like a swivel on the heads here. That's just a slight extra posability, and they've got a lot of posability down there. I also do wish the heads were a little bit bigger. They look fine in dragon mode, but they look like he's got some tiny feet in bot mode. Now, obvious question is he better than the Unique Toys one? No, not at all. Now, the Unique Toys one, that's kind of going for a different scale. I did have him. I love that figure. It's a great figure. I did end up selling the set for other reasons, but that set is... that figure is a lot better than this figure. This figure is also about a quarter of the price of that figure. So, you know, I think when you look at it in terms of that way, I think this one is pretty good. For what it is, being a $25 Hasbro figure that you can pick up at Walmart, as opposed to a $150 figure you have to purchase online, I would give this guy... I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10. I think he's actually a really good Voyager. I've heard rumors that he's a retool of the Silverbolt mold. If he is, he's so far removed from Silverbolt that it's really hard to say. I can almost see it in the hips, but I don't have the Silverbolt mold, so I can't really compare it. But I can almost see it there, but outside of that, I can't see it. I honestly cannot see it. I think this guy is... I honestly think it's a whole new mold, because, I mean, the torso does a whole bunch of different things that Silverbolt doesn't do. You'd see that more in combined mode. Although the ultimate transformation into combined mode is similar, I think it's far enough away that I could say I honestly think it's a new mold. I do. Like I said, if it's not, they did such a good job that I'm applauding them. This is a great figure. I recommend it if you're into the Chug collection. Obviously, if you're not into Chug collection, get Masterpiece, get the Unique Toys one. He's infinitely better. He is a bigger scale, so you have to be okay with that. And that's going to be the same. I'm going to say it now. That's going to be the same with all of them, I'm sure. If you're going for a bigger scale or a higher quality product, definitely get the third-party one. If you're looking for a fun figure that goes well with a Chug scale like me, then this is going to be a good figure for you. Not bashing the other figure, just, there's options if you're like, if you prefer Hasbro Chug stuff. This is so refreshing after the Combined Wars week we had last week. Just, wow. This is so much better. So much better.